Hello, YouTube. This is my very first video, and I don't know if anybody will ever see it, but I'm hoping that this will be the first of many to come. A little bit about myself. My name is S.Christopher. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. I write. I explore music. I make music. So all of those things will be featured on this channel. I live in Portland, Oregon, the legendary Portland, Oregon. And yes, I am a gay man of a certain age. I am sober. And that in itself is quite an experience, which I'd like to talk about today. And the topic I would like to really discuss today is solitude. And did I also mention that I'm single? So I'm gay, I'm single, I'm sober, and I'm over 35. So like I said, that in and of itself is a recipe for all kinds of things. The main thing being loneliness. I've been sober for 5 years, but I'd been trying to get sober for many years, but going steady 5 years, 5.5 really at this point. And for many of those years, especially the first few, it was incredibly lonely, very lonely time for me. And I really had to. I've always been an artist. I've always practiced art on some level, but I really discovered painting during the pandemic. I got sober during the pandemic. And I think I would imagine a lot of people did. If you see this video and that's your story, please comment down below, because I bet a lot of people got sober during the pandemic, because I think so many of us were forced to sort of be with ourselves and face ourselves. And and for me that's part of my story. I got sober during that time. And like I said, the first few years were incredibly challenging, and they still are challenging. They were very lonely. But as time has gone on and I've continued to practice art, I discovered painting during that period, those first few months of sobriety. And I found that it was an incredible experience for me. And a lot of really incredible, wonderful, beautiful things came out of my painting journey, which I'm still on. So thank God for art. That's going to be featured quite a bit in this channel. This channel is really going to be about art and music and poetry and philosophy, psychology, my favorite subjects. So with all of that being said, I really wanted to focus on one main thing today, and that is solitude. Solitude, for me, it's a self-exploration. And usually I feel solitude is born out of loneliness. At least it was in my experience. I think many people have to face a long period of loneliness in order to find their solitude. And there's a big difference, even though I'm aware that loneliness and solitude are very different. They're also quite similar. But for me, solitude is really about finding beauty with yourself, finding beauty in the everyday sort of ordinariness of life. I love taking long walks with beautiful music, and just walking through the gorgeous parks here in my city. There are so many beautiful parks, and there's so many beautiful places to walk and be in nature. So for me, that's an incredible blessing. Oh goodness. And reading beautiful books. I want to learn more about poetry. There's so much I want to learn about myself through my solitude, through my journey. and hopefully share it with other people, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are either lonely, getting sober, maybe searching for answers. I think a lot of us come to YouTube and the internet to find other people, like-minded people, people that possibly we can help. I would love to help people in some capacity, even if that's just giving some words of encouragement. You know, after 5 years of sobriety, you learn a few things about life. You get past a certain age, and you have something to say. You have something of substance, which I believe that I do. And through my solitude, and I won't even use the word loneliness anymore, through my solitude, I have found a great relationship with myself. A love story, really, like no other. You know, I have my spiritual beliefs. I practice meditation, not as much as I'd like, but I'm getting back into it. I try to eat well. Obviously, I don't drink or take any sort of drugs or cigarettes. And you know, in the beginning, that can be very lonely, and it can be very dull, and it can be very lackluster and boring. And I think a lot of people have a hard time getting past the first year, really, but the first few years. But it's so worth it if you can turn your loneliness into something beautiful through your understanding of solitude and self-preservation and self-love, you know, through creativity and spirituality. And that's sort of, that's where this channel is going. Of course, it'll be a while till I have it fully figured out, but that's the beauty of being a beginner and new at something. It's starting this channel is also going to be, it's going to be an education. It's going to be an education, a personal education in art. I'll be putting videos out weekly, hopefully. I will commit to this as much as possible, and by finding different subjects and things to study, I think it'll be a really fascinating little journey for me. And I hope that you guys come along with me. Anyway, solitude. Yeah, it's a real beautiful thing. It's a real beautiful thing, and solitude is, I don't think it's for everybody. I think a lot of people can't get past not being in a relationship with another person. And being in relationships, it's a beautiful thing, absolutely. I've been in love myself, but we don't always get to choose whether or not we have a partner. I mean, that's not something that just happens. I mean, it's much more difficult, and for some people, and it is for me. And so you can either choose to sort of destroy yourself with loneliness and convince yourself that you're not lovable. And I've been single for a long time, quite a while. I won't say how many years, but it's been a while. But you can choose to sort of beat yourself up and get down on yourself, and lie to yourself and tell yourself you're not lovable, which I've done all of these things. Or you can embark on a journey, a love story with yourself, you know, through solitude and practicing, you know, loving yourself. You know, nobody's gonna love you like you love yourself. And I think the people who love themselves the most are people who have been through some stuff. I think it takes a lot of self-love to get through some of the things we go through in life. I've been through some stuff. You know, I've seen some things, let me tell you. And I'm sure as I get more comfortable on this channel, I'll have story times. And but yeah, this channel really is just about, really it's about art and music and exploration. And I'm really excited to sort of embark on this chapter in my life, and I hope that it's fruitful and successful. And I hope that whoever may be watching now or in the future, I hope that something I've said will spark some sort of, I don't know, joy or inspiration within you. And anybody who's struggling with drugs or alcohol, I can tell you that I understand. I've been there. It's very, very hard, and I feel deeply for people who I see in my city every day dying. And I hope and I pray and I wish for all people, all human beings suffering, that they can find the gift of self-love and solitude. And I'm not even fully there yet. I've got such a long way to go. But I'm getting there. I've made it over a certain level, and I'm really working on things to better myself and better my own world. And that's really all I can say. Yeah, solitude is a beautiful thing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything other than true love with another person. But you know, in due time, in due time. So that's kind of what I have for today. Like I said, this is the very first video, and hopefully I take a liking to this, because I've always wanted to do this, and I think I'm in a good place to possibly help influence some people, or even entertain some people. I love film, and I love painting, and I love music, and I'm philosophy and poetry, and these are all things that I want to explore. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing this channel, so that I can sort of motivate myself to make videos and educate myself further on many of these subjects and topics. So yeah, I say to anybody watching this today, go love yourself. Find who you are in the silence of your soul. Find that thing within you that just sets your world on fire, because literally the world is very much on fire right now, and I think we all need to be a little kinder to ourselves. We need to be calmer. We need to be better to other human beings and animals, and just be at peace with ourselves as much as that is humanly possible. I think we're living in times where there's a lot of spiritual enlightenment and beautiful things happening, even with all the madness and the chaos happening. I think there's beautiful things to come. I'm trying to be more optimistic. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Maybe I said something that interests you, or that makes you want to come back for more. I will be uploading channel. I'll upload my videos weekly, I believe Sundays.